Hi guys, it's Blackie for Shaman's Forge Woodscraft. Now, we're going to discuss shooting stance and how to increase your accuracy with a percussion revolver. So let's talk a little bit about how we hold, how we aim. Now what we're talking about right here is standing up, freehand firing. Okay. In cowboy action, there's a stance called duelist, and that is one hand out like this. We're not going to deal with that. That is in competition, and that is one of the least accurate ways to shoot. Now in historic time period, that was rather revered, and it's coming from the duelist, single shot duelist, where you would turn sideways at your target, you know, to present the smallest target, and then you would bring the gun up and you would lower it to arm level, and that didn't work in real world a lot. That was down and dirty was the way it worked. So what we're talking about is using it for hunting or accuracy in the field. Okay. First thing is how you place your feet. Now, I want to be square onto my target so that it's straight off of my chest, straight out in front of me. My feet need to be not side by side, but 1 foot farther forward, because the weight of the handgun is a couple of pounds usually, and that's hanging out here on the end of our arms. That means you would naturally want to do that if your toes didn't compensate. So you've got an area that's only that big, that's your foot, and it's got to totally compensate for these shifts in your weight. So instead of having to tense up the legs on the toes to hold us, we're going to put 1 foot natural half step forward. Now it's whichever leg is more comfortable for you. Since I'm firing right-handed, I will put my left leg forward. My right leg will be slightly back. Okay? Now, instead of leaning forward like this, I'm going to center myself up, straight up and down. Okay? I tuck my elbows into my body, kind of like that. Not super tight, you know, naturally. Pull it against your body. My left hand forms a cup like this and is going to be pulling back toward me. My right hand is going to sit in that cup. See how my fingers wrap around my hand? And my thumb of my left hand is going to go against the frame of the gun. This counteracts the finger pressure. Notice where my trigger finger is, out here away from the trigger. Now, my right thumb is going to come down and land on the Colt here on this frame, or land on but it's where it naturally wants to lay. Now, as you can see, I have wrapped around that frame. Okay? I have got in position. I have brought my arms up and not spread out like this. I have pulled in a little bit. I am going to naturally point at my target using whichever eye is my dominant eye. Okay, and we've discussed that earlier. So we come on to target. I am now, since one leg is farther forward, I can kind of lean back just a little bit. That balances me better so that my legs can relax. Tension is bad in target shooting. It should be relaxed. Okay? So when I come up, get out of here where you can see a little bit better. I spot my target. I'm going to pull the gun out of the holster. I'm going to bring my left foot forward. I'm going to bring my elbows in, come in, and naturally point directly at my target, just like that. See how my hands naturally wrap around that frame. My finger stays off the trigger until the last moment. I will then cock, take aim, squeeze, and fire. Breathing. Okay? A couple of things physically that you can do that's going to affect your accuracy. One, do not eat right before you go target shooting. Remember when they talked about don't eat before you go swimming? Well, don't eat before you go target shooting. And here's why. Your stomach is sitting there doing this inside your body. It's surgitating and throwing that acid around. And when you're holding a gun, trying to hold still, you're watching your sights do that, as your body is invariably shocking. About an hour or so after you ate, that's calmed down. 2 hours is actually better. Now, eyesight is affected by oxygen. Let me say that again. Your vision is affected by your oxygen. So, I'm breathing normal. When I go to make my shot, I flow into position. I'm cocking the gun. I take a breath. I hold that breath for just a second, and then I exhale about half of it out. And I stop. Once I hit that stop button, I line my sights, and I gently pull that trigger, squeeze that trigger, so that my gun barrel doesn't jerk all around. Why do I hold my breath? I don't want to be breathing, because I'm doing this. If I'm breathing, that's exaggerated, but you get the idea. So it's like, okay, see the target. I'm flowing into position. I take my breath. I bring it down on the side. I let my air out. When I hit about halfway, I stop breathing. I make my final, and I squeeze the trigger. Bang! I shoot. I go back to breathing normal. Let it out. Keep going. Normal. When we're trying to target shoot, and you're trying to get all 5 shots in that target, I see this so often. That first shot's good, and then the group starts opening up. Why? One, they're focusing on the shot and not their breathing. They've got good position, they've got good form, they're holding it, and they shoot, bang, they immediately recock, and they go to holding their breath. Bang, bang. Well, by the time they get to that third shot, it's, 30 seconds that you've been holding your breath. Your vision starts to become a little bit blurry when you hold your breath. The body physically starts reacting to you holding your breath. And by doing that, your vision gets a little wonky. That sight starts to get a little fuzzy. So it's far better when you're trying to shoot for score or trying to be very accurate to assume the position, bring it up, center on it, take the breath, let it halfway out, lock on target, squeeze, bang, come off of it. It's not a moving target that's going to take off running. Wait a second. Wait a second. Breathe a few times. Repeat the procedure if I'm trying to shoot for score. I come up, I'm breathing normal. I get it kind of roughly where I'm wanting to go, and then I do that. Bang! And I hold the gun up and I go back to breathing. I let that involuntary reaction of holding my breath fade out. So I keep breathing. Okay? Now, that is the quick, down and dirty way to get fairly good accuracy in the field. Because most of the time I'm shooting something that ain't going to be there for a long amount of time. A bunny doesn't sit there and go, okay, anytime you're ready now, dude, I'll be right here. No. You're going to get the shot. So you think you see. Never shoot at a target you have not identified. Second, the only reason we kill something is for survival or food. Don't just kill something for sport. That's a good way to get on my bad side. I mean, just to kill it. That's a good way to get on my bad side. Food or survival. That's the only reason we kill anything. So we come up, we spot that could be the bunny. I move into position. I get my foot stamped where I want. I come up and I just point in the general direction of it, waiting for the shot to come up. I see the shot come up. If I think I'm going to get the shot, it looks like that. I'm going to quietly cock the gun. How to quietly cock the gun? Holding the trigger back and then let off on the trigger. Do not let go of the hammer. Okay? I'm keeping my thumb on that hammer. That's a safety that I'm not going to disengage until time. My finger is off the trigger. I am not going to disengage that thumb until I'm sure of my target and I'm about to shoot. I've moved up in target. I'm looking down my sights. There he is. And I come down, slide my thumb off. I'm off safe. Bang! I shoot. If I do not shoot, my shot is lost. I immediately return my thumb to the hammer, pointing the gun in a safe direction. I let the hammer all the way back down, return it to the safety pin if that's what I'm doing, or I have let it down on an empty if I have fired. That is how I do it, okay? It allows for quick, easy. Normally shots are passing. You see something and you go, oh, and I come up and I bring up and I sight in on it, I take my thumb off, I make the shot, bang. If I hit, I go pick up my bunny. If I've missed, it's gone. I'm hammered down on an empty, I'm back on safe. I look for another opportunity. If that opportunity does not present itself, I move on, okay? Now this is just a quick overview, guys. Let me review one more time. I have spotted my target. I put, in my case, my left foot forward. My right foot is slightly back. About, a little wider than my shoulders, but that's about it. Excuse me, it should be a natural stance. I bring the gun up, tucking my elbows in. Left hand cups, pulls back toward me. Right hand pushes slightly away from me. This binding holds it firm. My left thumb goes to the frame, my right thumb comes down to the frame. I come up and I center up on target. I think I'm going to get a shot. I cock and I keep my thumb on that hammer. I am sighting in on my target. My target becomes available. I take my breath halfway down, slip off the thumb safety, squeeze the trigger, bam, make the shot. That's all there is to it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this, guys. Please leave any questions or comments. I'm Blackie for Shaman's Forge Woodscraft. Wishing you safe journeys. Have a great day, guys.